Hello and welcome to another edition of Franchise Tag Overtime. I am Gareth Smith, and today I'm joined by Seattle Sea Dragons running back Morgan Ellison. How you doing, Morgan?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm very good. Thank you very much for coming on and speaking to us today. I do appreciate we're getting right up to now the opening game of the season. How are you feeling with the game coming up?
I think just very excited. Just very blessed to be able to get back out there and showcase and hopefully win some games. So ready to get rocking.
So you start off. Your first game is away to DC.
Yes.
On Sunday, you are the final game on the opening weekend. Uh, how much have you looked into their side? Have you had a look at their roster and seen who you're up against?
Well, really, we just started game planning. Recently we've been in camp this whole time, so my main focus, was making the roster and getting on the team.
Yeah.
So I think really today is where we really started, getting everything together. But obviously, peeking at some stuff and looking at it in my spare time. But as a team focus, we're just starting that now. So I'm ready to really dive into it.
And one thing that I think that your side has particularly done quite well is your offense is looking like it's going to be quite powerful this year. There's
Mhm.
some well-known names to particularly us fans in the UK. We've all heard of Ben DiNucci from his time in the NFL and obviously Josh Gordon.
Yeah.
Um, how much are you looking forward to playing in that powerful offense and racking up some points this year?
Yeah, I think it's very exciting, especially just having leadership like that, like a guy like Ben DiNucci who's been around, what I'm saying, a lot, and just being able to ask him things and just go over different plays and offenses and stuff, and just have that leadership on the team. I'm just excited to be a part of it, and then see even guys like Josh Gordon who's balled out and done what they have to do. So just listening to those guys and just being an ear and just learning what I can as I'm here. So that's really it.
And obviously, you've got a very experienced head coach in Jim Haskellett. He has been around and well known within football for a long time. How much have you learned from him so far?
I mean, just he's just a great guy. What I'm saying, even outside of football, just we're all at this hotel and stuff. So, you see each other a lot, more often than, if you just were playing. So just, just the energy he brings every day, is the biggest thing I take away. Just the smile on his face every day, waking up and wanting to do this and loving to do it and being around, 50, 60 other guys that are just alike. And I think that's the best part about, kind of this program. I don't know about, what else is going on, but it's just a lot of guys here who want it and, who've been through some things. So that just ready to get this thing going, rolling and get the ball on the ground and play a game Sunday.
And I think what's quite interesting about the XFL is not often you get a league where it is literally not many of the players may have played together. Don't get me wrong, some would have played together in maybe colleges or played against each other in other leagues, but not many have had game day experience with the rest of their roster. How are
Yeah.
you finding building the relationships with your fellow running backs and the rest of the team?
Well, fellow running backs, it's really dope, actually. So Brendan Knox and I are actually from the same hometown. So we've been training with each other since about seventh grade with the same trainers and under Hope Fitness Academy up in Columbus, Ohio. So me and we're good. And just stuff like with the guys, we went bowling this weekend, get together, just do fun things together, just get to know each other, more outside of just football and just bonding, just doing stuff, watching the Super Bowl together. I think that all helps and builds on the field, from Madden tournaments, playing 2K together. All of those things kind of work hand in hand, and in my eyes.
And so far, who would you say? Would you say he's the strongest relationship you've got so far, or is there any other guys you've only just started to get to know that you've bonded quite well with so far?
I mean, obviously, I'm saying, if you know somebody from home, it's just like, you're always there for each other. I mean, especially when you're
Yeah,
just getting here. But in football, you meet guys, we as men, I feel like at least we can make friends just by, looking at each other two times.
yeah.
And, we're good. And so especially, you working out with each other every day, running, bleeding, sweating with each other every day. So it's like, it's easy to make friends. So it's easy so we're all good here. We're rolling. We're ready to roll. We're ready to get, the show on the road, baby.
And so, obviously, for a lot of fans in the UK, the last time we saw you was obviously from your times in college. So, how much has your game evolved, and how have you improved from the player that we saw back then?
I think just, matured wise, just in terms of just understanding the game of football more, understanding my body, kind of honing in on everything that, I was lacking or anything that I needed to work on. And just, just with coaches like this and having experience with these type of, and I didn't even know about them too much until I started doing research and they had actually drafted me. And, these are legends. Like these are guys,
Yeah.
and like these are dudes. So it's just, you can never be wrong at my age, at least. I'm 24. So just hearing from guys that are 60, 70 years old every day, and just, I can never be right in terms of, if anything, they're always going to, overpower, because they've been here for so long and they have so much wisdom. So in my head, just having that clear mindset as well, I think is pretty dope. Just knowing that, look, they've watched more film than you've been alive. So it's like anything that they can add to my game, I'm always ready to accept and take and you know what I'm saying, just learn and grow. That's all I'm, this is the best part about this, is just learning and developing more as a football player and as a man, honestly, for me. So it's dope.
And it's one thing to be interested to see this year is what you're going to bring to the Seattle Sea Dragons and what they can expect from. What do you think Sea Dragons fans can expect from you this season?
Just a guy who loves football, a hard runner, a team player, who will do anything to help his team win games. If that's doing whatever, if that's blocking all game, running the ball, doing whatever, catching the ball. Just that's what, exciting plays, hopefully not going down one tackle ever, so just some juice. That's what we'll bring.
Yeah, and obviously that is your nickname, is it, Juice? So I expect to see that brought out on the field.
Yeah.
So in regards to the XFL, how did the opportunity come about for yourself?
I was with the New Orleans Saints for minicamp. Actually, our GM, Randy Muller, had saw my film over there, and he actually reached out to me after and said he just wanted to stay in touch in case the NFL didn't happen for me at the time. So it didn't happen. Stayed working out, stayed at home, stayed ready for opportunity. And then XFL came around, and Mr. Muller stuck to his word, and he made it happen. And the rest is going to be history. And I'm just blessed to be here and be a part of the team. And I'm ready to go. I'm they're going to get everything out of me. I just, so.
And obviously then the draft came about and you were selected. How relieved were you to hear that not only you were selected, but you were going to Seattle and play as a Sea Dragon?
Well, to be honest, I thought it was over. I didn't think I was going, because it was in football, so much stuff has happened in my career. It's just not promised, where so many coaches say they want you, and then people say they want you, and then this happens or this happens. You never know. So I just stopped getting my hopes up for real. So after the first day it was over and they did I didn't know how the draft was working for real. So after the first day it was over, the offensive pool, I was like, oh, it's over. I told my parents, I didn't get, I feel like it's over with. I'm about to go get go give me a 9 to 5. And then I got a text actually from a friend of mine. I was like, you just got drafted to the Sea Dragons. I said, what? And then after that, so that's all. I'm ready.
And their fans, the Sea Dragon fans, are notorious. They were particularly notorious in XFL 2.0 for the passion, the noise. How much are you looking forward to playing in front of those fans out there in Seattle? Because they do bring the noise at those games.
Really? Yeah. I used to watch, or I started watching YouTube videos from the old Seattle games just to see what it was like and stuff like that, because I've never experienced it or watched it before. So I'm excited to, go interact and engage and, bring them into the game some, whatever that would be, who knows? We got to score some touchdowns first. So nothing else matters until we start winning games and, scoring some points. But after we start having some fun, then I think, we'll definitely be able to interact with the fans and get everybody involved and have some fun, honestly. So I'm ready.
And obviously, you found out you're a Sea Dragon. The next stage is usually when that uniform was announced, because, again, unusual in a league to go into not knowing what you'll be wearing. But the XFL, I think, has knocked it out of the park with the uniform choice for every team. The colour scheme for Seattle, I think, is particularly cool looking. How interesting was it finally seeing what you'd be wearing?
I think it was dope seeing the jerseys. You know what I'm saying? I just putting them on, sent my mom, my family group chat some pictures of the jerseys. They all loved it. I know my sister's probably going to print some out, and you know how they do it back home. So it was dope seeing them. Yeah. I loved them. So I'm right. I didn't check out too many other teams because I don't, it's just Sea Dragons in my eyes. I'm not worried about what too many other people got going on. So, but I love our jerseys.
And so you're actually in the North Division with the St. Louis Battlehawks, with the Vegas Vipers, and also with DC. Now, 3 of those teams, in effect, are XFL 2.0 teams, so the fan bases are probably more established there. So how interesting do you think those rivalries are going to be with, in effect, three of the strongest XFL 2.0 teams?
Well, that's something, honestly, I don't think about that too much. I just think about waking up, going to practice every day. Wake up. I don't even, what I'm saying, every day by day, honestly. So I know it's going to be exciting. I know, but it's still surreal to me, honestly, that it's going to happen. It's been over 2 years since I've played football. So for me, I'm like, is Jesus about to come back? Am I actually going to be on the field Sunday? So, what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I haven't even thought about it like that. I'm just, trying to not think about it until it's, time to turn the game lights on and get going.
So who would you say is your biggest influence on your career to date?
In terms of
whoever was the most motivated you, or who you've learnt off the most, whoever is your biggest motivator.
I think just family really would be, my biggest motivation, what I'm saying, in terms of, honestly, it would be that, and not in terms of football, but just family, just knowing, what I'm saying, just going hard for them. I have a big family. I have 4 sisters and 2 brothers and nieces and nephews.
Okay.
So I'm excited for them to come out to the games, and I know that they're so happy when they get to come see me play, and people get to say they saw me play this weekend, whatever it is. So for me, that's my biggest motivation, honestly.
And I think it's going to be interesting to see what goes on this season with you, in effect, having the first short week of the XFL as well, playing on the Sunday, and then your first home game on the Thursday. How are you going to keep yourself prepared and fresh to make sure that, in effect, that limited time between games doesn't affect you too much?
Oh, I mean, we got ammunition here. Like, we got guys. So, we can roll guys in and roll guys out all day. So I think we'll be good. What I'm saying? We'll focus on DC right now, the first game. And then I didn't even look at who we're playing week 2 yet, honestly, all the way. I forgot, but we'll worry, week 2, then we'll look at that and get going. But right now, we got to knock this out and then worry about that right after the game, get on that, start looking at the film from their game. So.
And that's the interesting thing. It's the fact that right now there's not really any film from any teams right now. So that preparation must be so unusual as a player to only really have your own footage to work on. How are you finding that process of, in effect, only having yourself to focus on?
I think you can look at ways of like coordinators or anything, and just look at what they've done in the past and kind of see, history. Yeah, you don't get to see maybe players or how they work together, but you can kind of see what type of schemes that they're going to run, or, what you think that they might, what they're, used to doing. Kind of like if you're playing our OC, what you're getting. What I mean? What's coming. That we're going to, I don't want to say much. What's coming. So it's same thing, kind of just looking at it, maybe looking up a couple different kind of players, seeing their film. But other than that, just controlling the controllable.
Well, to be fair, like, we've spoke to quite a lot of your initial game opponents. We've had, I think, 4 DC defenders on so far. So, well worth you on listen to Reggie Barlow, see what his mind's like. We've spoke to him, so not promoting my own show or anything, but
I feel you. I'll check it
out. We've spoke to Reggie and talk about what his style of play is. So, well worth a listen, get an insight into the opposition. So, do you have any personal milestones for this season or goals that you've set yourself?
I think my personal, goal is just be the best version of myself, the best player I can possibly be. And, I'm saying, whatever that, knowing that every day I can get better every day, I'm saying is a day to learn something new, get better at something. So no personal goals like stats wise, but just, I told you, I just was worried about making the team 2 days ago. So every day you gotta keep your job every day. So my personal goals is to stay on this team and ball out. So that's it. I haven't got too much other than win some games. Hopefully we go to this championship and win it.
I tell you what, obviously must have been a difficult few days over there. Obviously you would have seen a lot of guys getting cut. How much of a relief was it to find out you'd made the 51 and that you were going to be here this season?
It was a blessing. It was nothing but God, honestly. Like, it's just, and hard work, what I mean? Like, with, faith without works is dead. So it's like, I'm excited. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm gonna be really excited when we get there. I still don't know if it's real yet. So when we get on that plane and we land, that's when I'll probably, I'll be like, okay, I'm here.
Yeah.
So.
And to be fair, the tickets have been selling out quite well. I checked out DC's sales yesterday because I was speaking to one of their players, and it looks like you're going to be fairly close to a full house. So that's going to be a good atmosphere.
How many tickets they hold?
There was only a few thousand left across the whole stadium from what I was looking at. So it looks like they reckon it'll be fully sold out by the time it goes. There wasn't many left at all.
How many fans did their stadium hold?
I think it's over 20-odd. 20-odd thousand, I think. So I think that it's looking like it's going to be a packed house for it. Their fans are very, very notorious as well. Like they were notorious for having massive beer snakes at their games. The original one, they are going to bring some noise. So it'll be interesting to see how of an atmosphere you'll be going into for that game.
Yeah.
So your first home game is at home on Thursday, the 23rd, against St. Louis Battlehawks. What do you want the fans to do on that first game? What do you want them to bring?
If I score, I want to do the Sue. The soccer Sue.
Yeah.
Sue. I want to do that. So I want them to make the noise.
Make the noise. But yeah, I think it's going to be interesting to see what the atmosphere is going to be like. As I say, I think Seattle fans are going to be huge this year. I think that you're going to be definitely playing for one of the best supported sides in the XFL this year. And obviously, any fans of Seattle who hasn't got their tickets yet, please make sure you do. xfl.com/tickets. There are tickets available. Get it sold out for Morgan and the rest of the team. We guarantee you'll enjoy the game. But thank you very much for your time today, Morgan. It has been an absolute pleasure to speak to yourself.
Also, one question too. What part of UK are you in?
Liverpool.
Okay, one of my producers is actually from the UK. That like my music producer. So I didn't know I forgot what part though. But I was trying. His name's 808 Donkey. I don't know, but he's out there in the UK too. So.
See, Liverpool, we're famous for 4 guys who could sing, known as the Beatles. Small band.
Oh, I know the Beatles.
So thank you very much, obviously, for your time today, Morgan. Love to get you back on again after you get your first touchdown or at some point in the season when you're the lead back in the XFL. It'd be phenomenal to get you back on. Truly appreciate your time today.
Definitely. Thank you. I appreciate it as well, bro. Thank you.
And thank you, everyone, for listening today. We'll be back soon with another very special guest.
All right. Sounds good.